Hello, my lovely friends. I'm here to give my thoughts on the June 2nd, 2026 Sony State of Play. I am really not the guy to go to for Sony opinions. I'll just be honest there. I mean, it's already probably pretty obvious. I'm just really not into the kinds of games they're making anymore. But like, whatever, it is what it is. I still like to pay attention to this stuff. I like to watch these kinds of presentations. I like to appreciate what there is to appreciate, even if it's not necessarily a game for me. So blah blah blah. I'm gonna run through the list of games here. I'm not gonna hit every single one. I'm just gonna talk about the games that jumped out at me and elicited thoughts and feelings and opinions, and then at the end, I'll give a kind of a summary of my overall thoughts. Let us begin. The presentation began with Sony's, Insomniac's, Marvel's, Disney's, the Wolverine game, the game. And yeah, this whole like first-party comic book like Marvel game thing, I don't know, it's really not doing it for me, but I know that's just a me thing, because like, yeah, the Spider-Man games sold really, really well. This game will probably sell really well too. So yeah, it's not really my cup of tea. They are picking really good characters though, you know, like, yeah, I'm not a big like Marvel guy, but I do like me some Spider-Man and I like me some Wolverine, so like, they are very good characters. So they did pick another, they picked a good other game to do. I think between the two experiences, I'm even less interested in Wolverine, unfortunately. Spider-Man just, it has the movement mechanics, you know, like it's all, like I've played some Spider-Mans before, not the new ones, but like swinging around is always fun. Here, you have way more of a focus on just combat, you know, like it's just Wolverine. Like, yeah, you're jumping around and stuff, but for the most part, it's like, it's about the combat and then like a much more like linear story progression. So it's less attractive to me personally, but at the same time, I do think it's kind of cool just how like, you know, the strengths and the limitations of the character themselves, what their powers are, that kind of dictates what kind of game it is. So here, like, he's Wolverine. What do Wolverine do? He slashes people up and kills them. What good? And makes the blood go everywhere. So yeah, much bigger focus on just like the raw combat, and it does look pretty cool. A lot of different moves, all bloody and fun and whatnot, and like, you know, the guy gets impaled on like the the forklift, that kind of thing. It's all silly and fun. It's definitely a like first party Sony kind of game, you know, just like this kind of like one shot AAA super beautiful cinematic experience. You just kind of like floating from combat encounter to combat encounter, and in between you have all these like really cool scripted sequences. You got this you just kind of like flowing through the story, lots of characters, lots of dialogue. So like less Spider-Man, more Uncharted, you know, you're on basically a linear path. I don't know if that's what the entire game is going to be like, but it got, at least from this little preview, it kind of seems that way. You're floating through, you're doing the combat, and you're just these grand set pieces, these big action sequences, and it all seems very finely crafted, very finely tuned, and just exciting and fun. So yeah, so again, not really my cup of tea, but like I can appreciate what it's going for here. And I imagine if I were into Wolverine and this kind of game, I'd probably be pretty darn excited. Like, I don't know, it looks pretty cool. So it was a solid start to the presentation. That's one of Sony's really, really big triple, quadruple, even A games coming out soon. So there you go. And then next we finally had the reveal for Rayman Legends Retold. And I mean, I really can't give you any opinion here that is not shared by just like literally 100% of all other people on this planet, besides like, I don't know, Yves Guillemot. just apart from him, every other person, it's unanimous. This remake looks beautiful. It looks amazing. I mean, the graphics, the art style, just the overall presentation, it's absolutely stunning. They've taken these levels and they've given them just such a beauty, such a depth. You know, the original had like mostly like 2D assets, and now it's I don't know, it's a really cool mix. It maintains the overall 2D format, but just, yeah, it gives it more of a depth. I love how, like, you've got these, like, wraparound levels now. Like, it finds all of these ways to add depth while still maintaining, you know, it is still a 2D platformer. And they've added in these levels, and you're, like, flying with a dragon, these more 3D sequences. They've like really just juiced the whole thing up, like the entire presentation. They've given it like much more of a story and like characters, like they have voice acting now. Like they've really turned it into this big thing. And just like, why though? why is this a remake? I mean, yeah, it goes without saying. We all feel it, but like, why though? Why is it a remake? Why is it a remake specifically of Rayman Legends? I don't know what it is about that game. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong. It's a great game, but like, I don't know, Ubisoft can't let go of it. They think this is like the end-all, be-all Rayman experience, and it's like they put in so much effort to build this game. So much effort. I mean, I know, like, you really can't diminish the workload of designing a whole new game, but like, they put in so much effort here. There's this feeling of just like, you couldn't have just made a new game out of it. Like, you're doing the whole story and everything. You couldn't have just done something new. I don't know. I guess the hope here is, well, it's pretty much exactly like Star Fox, the remake. It's pretty much exactly there, where it's like, okay, this doesn't feel super duper necessary, but there's this hope that maybe this is kind of like, it's the laying a new foundation. This is the new ground floor, and from here, you may take this format and create new sequels out of it, possibly, potentially. I don't know. It's Ubisoft, so who knows? But yeah, basically, it just seems so unnecessary, and yet for what it is, though, even if it is unnecessary, it does look very good. It looks very, very, very good. Then we had Kemuri, and yeah, not really my cup of tea, but I did want to mention two things. One, it does look very, very, very stylish. Like the overall style of the game, the animations of the characters is very like colorful. It does look very, very cool. And then of course, it's just always fun to see Ikumi Nakamura. She's got a great screen presence. This very much does seem to be a passion project, very befitting her personality. so I do wish her the best of luck there, because yeah, it does look really cool. Then we had a trailer for Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, and this is the one that is basically remake / reimagining of the first game. And yeah, I can't seem to remember. I keep losing track, like if this is actually within the canon of like the reboot trilogy or not. It kind of looks like it is. Like, she looks really identical to the way she looked in those games. Yeah, and right here, I'm trying to decide if this is something I'm into. I really did like those games. Well, I only played the first two. I never got around to playing the third one. Loved the first one. But one reason I loved it so much is because it was just more open, just like it had this like big explorable world. And this one, it looks like it's probably going to be a little bit more on the linear side, especially if it is a remake of the first game. So I'm still like trying to feel it out if that's something I'm going to be into. But it does look very good. It does look very, very, very good. Visually, it looks very good. After that trilogy, just seeing the fun come back, she's back to her more like upbeat, kind of snarky self. That's fun. It's fine to go all like gritty and serious, but like, you need a change of pace. This is the Lara Croft that we are more used to. And I didn't like even play the original a whole lot. I really just had like the demo, and I could not figure it out. I just could never figure out the controls. But if it controls a little bit better than that, then I don't know. This could end up being pretty fun. Then we had The Lost Wild. This one really came out of nowhere for me. I mean, okay, so like, it seems to be like first person. I don't want to say like walking sim. We need like a better name, because now there's kind of like its own subgenre of horror where it's first person, and it's not like walking sim. It's not like, very little or no. I mean, I guess technically, I don't know. I don't know how much combat is in this. But it's kind of in between. It is a lot about the experience and just like just the set pieces and the events, and kind of like you're watching a movie, but there's a lot more like actual gameplay involved. Yeah, I don't know if there's like a term for that or what, but it kind of seems that way. Yeah, it's almost like Resident Evil 7 style, very cinematic first person mixed with Jurassic Park. And it just looks good. It just looks really good. The visuals look really good. Just the atmosphere and everything is good. Yeah, definitely a few surprising things about it. For a second, it really did seem like it was going to be Dino Crisis. It really, really did. And I don't know if there's like an IP rights problem with that or something, if that's why it never came back. Maybe this would have been, but there's like a legal mess. I don't know. I really honestly don't know. That was a little surprising. And then also surprising to not see it on PSVR 2. Is that just basically confirmation that I already knew PSVR 2 is like dead, like kinda, but like, I don't know. I thought like maybe every once in a while Sony would throw us a bone. Maybe. Yeah, but like seeing this first person game not for that platform, yeah, no, that's pretty darning. And then I guess it was also just surprising that this wasn't like actually Jurassic Park or something. But I don't know, I think it's a new dinosaur property. Okay, cool. I am interested. Color me interested. It does look very good. Someone in chat said it's a Tokyo Scramble-like, and that got a pretty darn good laugh out of me. Then they had a little thing on Dune Awakening, and I have not seen any footage of this game like being played. I've not seen any gameplay until now, even though I've read a lot of articles on it, which I know is really weird, but like it's a really interesting game, and I hear it's really good. I hear it's actually like a really interesting kind of fresh take on like the survival MMO genre, and also like really incredibly faithful to the source material and how it incorporates those ideas into the gameplay itself, and just a very good experience all around. So it was fun to actually see some gameplay, and yeah, they announced they're doing some good single player content, which is great because it means that there may actually be a chance that I will play it now. You know, like I'm not an online multiplayer kind of guy, but if there's like a single player thing I could do and like experience the game and its mechanics and everything, yeah, I'm considering it. I only kind of recently, I watched the 2 Dune movies, and then I read the book, and so now I'm kind of into it. I'm actually pretty excited for the next movie, and I want to read the next book. Yeah, Dune is cool. Have you read Dune? Dune is pretty neat. Then we had No Rest for the Wicked, which seems to be getting a full-blown final release. The final version is being released, and yeah, coming from Moon Studios, they did the Ori games. It's a little bit disappointing that this is their next, just personally, that this was their next game, and also they took a really, really long time to make it. I would have really liked to see them, maybe not necessarily just another Ori, but I don't know, it's a very different kind of game, and yeah, I think it's not quite for me. You know, one of those, like, you don't have to play online, but you basically pretty much should, and yeah, they're mentioning just like hundreds of hours of content, one of those just like very content-rich dungeon crawlers. So like for the right kind of person, it's going to be really great. For me, I mostly just want to say, looks beautiful. Wow. Just wow. Looks positively stunning. I always want to point out when a game kind of like shocks me anew with its visual style, just because like it's getting really hard for games to impress visually beyond just being, it could like realistic graphics, just looking really nice, sure. But having an art style that stylistically really, really pops is just, it's becoming rarer and rarer. So I always want to point it out when it happens. This game is positively gorgeous. Then we had Silent Hill Townfall, and yeah, I believe this one was initially revealed at the Game Awards last year. And yeah, I mean, it's just, there isn't like too much to say about the trailer other than like, it's just still looking really good. I have yet to play one of the newer Silent Hill games, and yet out of all of the games on my list, all the games that I want to be playing, Silent Hill's very, very up there. I hear nothing but good things about the new ones. Yeah, 2 remake and F and everything. And now Townfall looks really good. So I better play one of them soon before I have 3 Silent Hill games on my to-play list. Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of goes without saying. It's another one of those opinions. Like, everybody is just kind of shocked right now that, like, 1, Konami went back to making games. 2, they went back to making Silent Hill games. And 3, this is basically an annualized series, and yet every game is just good. It's just, they're just turning out to be each and every one a separately, individually really good game. And just like, has that ever happened before in the history of video games? I don't know. And for Konami to be the ones to pull it off. Wow. Then we had another trailer for Ill. This is another one I believe was revealed at the Game Awards. And this is my game of the presentation. This is the number 1 game here where I'm just like, yeah, no, I need this. I really, really need that. And it's weird too. Like I was talking with Kane about it. We're kind of confused. We're just like, why does it look so, where did this come from? Who is making this? Like, who's funding this? What even is this? Why does it look so good? Like the whole trailer, like, I don't know. I don't know if they're like cherry picking these like scripted, pre-animated sequences. Maybe not a lot of this is like actual gameplay. I don't know, but it looks like a concept video. It looks like a series of like pre-rendered cutscenes. It doesn't even look like a game. It just looks too good. It looks too amazing. And then just like, yeah, from the horror perspective, all the gross, pale, naked, gross monsters. And I don't know, man, it just looks super duper good. My taste in games narrows with time, and I find myself still really liking horror. I don't know why. And again, it's funny too, because yeah, like me and Kane he's kind of the same way. We're just like, why is horror still so compelling? All of the games that I want to play now, like, it's just like, what games have I not played yet I really want to play? What is it? Resident Evil 9, it's Silent Hill, and now Ill is coming up. And no, it looks really phenomenal. Then this is not like necessarily a super exciting announcement. This was not the full-blown sequel or remake no, I don't want a remake, I want a sequel. This was not the sequel I was hoping for, but Gitaroo Man is coming to the PlayStation Classics catalog, and I have to mention it because it is the best rhythm action game of all time. Full stop. No, I'll fight you. I'll fight you on that. I will have a guitar battle with you and I will win. It's a really good game. If you have access to this game, you owe it to yourself. Just like, this is like, yeah, I don't have a lot of like gaming deep cuts. You know, like lesser known games, hidden gems. Gitaroo Man's one of those games. Like it's a masterpiece. Then they revealed Until Dawn 2, which is cool. You know, Until Dawn, that's a game. A lot of people were waiting for a sequel. Funny story, I own the game. The first one. I have owned it for probably many years now. I think since the PS4 generation. It's been on my shelf, and by that I mean, you know, in a box somewhere. I've been meaning to play it. It looks, so I don't know. So it is cool that it's getting a sequel, even though, wow, just something about this is just insufferable. I can't like these characters. I can't. I think that's the point. That's the point, right? Like a good slasher movie, it's got to have these like insufferable, like teen or like young adult characters, and so you like to see them die or something. But like, yeah, I don't know. It almost just seemed it was like too far in that direction. It just seems like a parody. I don't know. I couldn't take it seriously. I think I would not be able to play the game long enough to get them to start dying. I don't know, whatever. It's cool they're making Until Dawn 2. I'm really happy for fans of the series. Then they ended the presentation with a solid 20-minute long gameplay preview of God of War. Lao rhymes with the word cow or how. Second syllable fei. Lao Fei. It is pronounced Lao Fei, I guess. Not Lo Fei, Luffy. No. And you know, it's like, again, I've not played the last couple God of War games. Sorry. I own the first one. I own the 2018 one. It's on my shelf. By that I mean in a box. Been meaning to get around to it. You know, there's a lot of like cynicism surrounding this game. You know, like I was seeing in chat and outside of chat, just kind of everywhere. Yeah, sure. There's a lot of like snarky, cynical stuff you can say about it, and I can kind of see that, you know, yeah, them being like 20 minutes of gameplay, but like there's very, very, very little gameplay. But of course, like it's the beginning of the game though. This is the opening moments of the game. So of course it's going to be very story heavy. And then just other elements of it too. Yeah, like, I don't know, I get that like the other games, they do have these like snarky characters, and there's like this like silly juxtaposition of the lighthearted characters and the super serious Kratos. Here, they really push it. They really do. I don't know. The beginning starts out so serious and so cool. Like she's dead and she wakes up in the afterlife and it's all crazy, and then all of a sudden there's this like cute little like puppy dog animal, and then these like this wisecracking cube. I don't know, man. Like, you can have lighthearted characters. It's just when they start speaking too much like a modern like just just a 2026 person. You know, you gotta make it sound like they exist in this world, at least a little bit. So yeah, I can kind of see that. It's a little, but I go back and forth on it. I think that kind of leaning, because it's starring a different character. It's like, it takes place in like some kind of afterlife, so giving it kind of a little bit more of a lighthearted tone, or just a different tone, or more of an element of whimsy. I could see that. I guess I can see that. Whatever, I'm kind of talking around in circles here. All that to say, I can see people being very cynical about it, and I can. This is Sony we're talking about, but like, I don't know, I want to give it credit where credit's due. It does look cool. It does look neat, you know. It is a very, I mean, you know, Sony, these games, they're very just like lavish, just like over the top presentations where it's just so, it really is a quadruple A experience. You know, clearly they just spent so much time and money on this. It does look very good. It looks very good. The visual style is striking. The characters are kind of silly and fun. The gameplay looks fun. These big, crazy action sequences, you know, they're well put together. I don't know. It's, yeah, probably not my kind of game. I mean, like, unless I play 2018 God of War and I end up liking it a lot more than I expect, you know, maybe then I'll be more excited to play it. Yeah, I don't really know. I was joking in the stream though. It's just like, hey, you gotta hand it to the game. It does look very expensive, right? Like that's Sony's thing right now. Is just like making games and just putting just unfathomable riches into them, just hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. You gotta hand it to them on this one. On God of War Lao Fei, sure looks expensive. Looks like they just spent so much money on this game. You gotta applaud them for that. It's just like Wolverine. It's just this adventure where you know that you're gonna play it and it's gonna be like a however many hours experience from beginning to end. It's gonna be filled with all these exciting sequences and quick time events, tons and tons of quick time events and really pretty graphics, and just like, it's very clear they spent a whole lot of money on this. So, you know, if that's your cup of tea, then cool. I think visually it looks interesting. We don't get a lot of games starring women over the age of like 22, so I think right there, that's another cool thing about this game. A game starring a mom, like, all right, yeah, sure, let's get a few more of those. So that was how they ended the presentation, and now, yeah, like, considering it had like a 20-minute demo, I can see why they were airing it in theaters, because, you know, they make games that try to emulate movies. So like, yeah, it's no reason, no wonder why they had this in theaters, because they wanted to see people in the big cinematic sequences and everything up on the big screen. Yeah, overall the presentation, it really was fine. I don't know, I've seen a lot of negativity surrounding it, but I feel like as far as states of play go, I think it was fine. I think we've had a lot worse. Like, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but like, the bar is quite low. Like, it just is. That's not just me. You know, it's not just me being mean. I'm not just being a Sony hater. Their presentations are not always great. They often have them when it seems like they don't even really have anything to show. But the last one was pretty good, and this one was okay. I mean, like, they had Wolverine, they had the reveal of a new God of War game, and they had other stuff in there, sure, like how much of this is actually like PlayStation exclusive, how much are they just kind of like riding off the hard work of the third parties. But I don't know. It had Tomb Raider, it had, like, there was, I don't know, Silent Hill, yeah, good new stuff. Some stuff I didn't even mention just because it's not quite my cup of tea, but, you know, like Ace Combat, that Stuntman game looked okay. There was stuff in here, you know, new look at the Onimusha, that's a whole thing. First look at Rayman, had that like Dave the Diver spinoff. So like, there were games here. There were games. It was a decently entertaining presentation. I mean, I would say it's in the upper ranks of state of plays. So it was fun. I had fun with it. I thought it was solid as far as states of the play go. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Thank you to anyone who tuned in to the stream and watched the presentation with me. At the time of this recording, it is Wednesday, and I believe Friday is Summer Game Fest, so I very much hope to see many of you there as well. That will also be a fun time. Jeff Keighley's hyping it up. You know what that means. It means it may at least be kind of good.